Okay, so I'm streaming again because I found the solution to my problem. So and I've even figured out a way to get Windows Audio to work at the same time. I'm using my my Bluetooth. I'm using my Bluetooth headphone device as the monitor and as the main device. So that actually cuts down on latency when listening to Windows Audio also. But so you can kind of see here how I don't know if you can see this, but this is the ASIO driver for Pianotech. This is the piano here, and then this is the ASIO driver here, and you can see I have my my main speaker selected, and that's so that I can let me mute my mic here for a second. That's so I can hear in good quality what I'm playing, and I've got a subwoofer, and it's a pretty good sound system. Not super like surround or anything, but it's really good. It sounds good, and then plus I've got Windows Audio. So I mean, and then so what? Basically, how I solve the problem. Let me bring OBS into the monitor here. So. Basically, how I solve the problem is, and this is very confusing. Maybe I should shut the monitor off, disable the preview for now. I think that'd be simpler. So what I did was, so now if I say bring up a web browser, then I went and I edited the entire list in the edit view like this, and I said, okay, so you can hear me speaking there. So the ASIO driver doesn't interfere with the web page or with the regular Windows sound, because I'm using a different device as the default. So I've got more than one device in here. I also have like a monitor that has speakers in it, but I didn't want to use that for that. That would probably work also, but the only downside is that this is my Windows audio here, and this when I put this volume down, it doesn't affect it in my ears at all. It's still just the monitor. So I still have to look at the VU meter to make sure the level's good. And I'm not monitoring the mic because these headphones create kind of a delay. But and then I added a third device. Now, so here's how I solved it. Quite often, let me bring up a Windows legacy driver, or you know, old Windows playback devices, recording devices. I think it's under, maybe. Yeah, let me see. I think that's it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So depending on the type of driver, the type of built-in Windows driver, WDM driver, whatever, one of the things you're going to have is this, what's called stereo. It could be called what you hear, or it could be called stereo mix. Now, this usually disabled by default unless you know what it is and you know how to use it. It could be good for recording mixed stuff from a variety of sources, because it'll mix everything together and you won't have to pick like one source, or you won't have to use like several sources in a recording program and then mix them together. If you want to just mix them in the sound device, you can. So some cards have this, and most of them do. You just have to look for it, and what you have to do is enable that. And once you enable it, then it appears, and it can be then used in OBS, because then it appears as a you can see, I'm going to go to the audio devices here. You can see here stereo mix Realtek high definition audio. So that it appears in the device list, and you can select it. So once you do that, evidently that is able to pick up the ASIO audio stream and put it into OBS, because it's a mix. So it's mixing, technically it's mixing things from the whatever devices that the card has. Not like all your cards, but your one card. So your whatever card you have selected. So so this just shows all the devices that you have, and then so stereo mix, and then once you do that, then you have the ability to use ASIO drivers, and it will capture, the stereo mix will capture your ASIO driver sound, and it is viewable, or you can see it and use it within OBS, and that's how it's done. So there it is. Pretty cool. I usually keep this on this monitor over here. Along with my Discord. It's an up and down monitor. So so pretty cool. So ASIO driver, and it might make sense for me to move this over here actually while if I'm playing, because then I can see the levels while I'm playing. So I have, like, over here where the piano is, where am I pointing? Am I pointing to the... Now I'm pointing the piano. I'm pointing the piano where it actually is, but I think on the left is where it is. So, so like, here's the main webcam stream. This is what I would use. I would just point the webcam in a certain way so you can see. I'd probably move it over so that it gets, you know, a side view. That's kind of the best I could do. I have a pyramid profile, so that you'll see a lot of while I'm playing in this configuration. So anyway, that's it, really. This is not, I don't know, this is not concise enough to be a tutorial video, I suppose, but this is one solution. Now, there is an ASIO plugin for OBS. It is very difficult to configure, although according to all reports, once it is configured, it is very stable and it works really great. And you still can pick up the ASIO, but still, you still have to have multiple devices with OBS anyway, because unless it's a special card, if you're using ASIO4ALL, if it's a special card, this doesn't matter. But if you're using ASIO4ALL, it is taking over your main Windows driver, or whichever one you select. So ASIO, as you can see, will list all of the devices that you have. And I don't know why it can use your webcam as a sound device, but it can. I know why it can use your Yeti. I guess it can have inputs and outputs. Is that true? I don't know. I have no idea. But it as it is, can use your Yeti microphone. But that is because Yeti has an output device built into it, and that is for monitoring. So So if I had a set of headphones and I wanted to use a live wired headphones, I could listen to all the sound that's going out on the stream plus my own voice. And, you know, pros say you should listen to your voice in headphones while you're, you know, talking or singing or something. And I guess that's a good way to go. And it does have a monitor, so that's pretty cool. But it is working, and looks like everything is working. The only downside is that with the regular Windows audio, so I can say, let's see, I have to switch back to commentary here, right? There we go. With the regular Windows audio, I've got, let's turn the preview off. So over here, if I'm listening to something, like, well, not that, that doesn't count, but if I'm listening to some Windows audio, if I turn this down, I could see it visually on the VU meter go down, but on my headphones, since I'm using the same device as a monitor, it doesn't actually loop, it just accesses the device, which I think creates less latency, so that might actually be good. So I have to control my volume with the actual volume control in the headphones there. Otherwise, yeah, see, so like there's a volume control on here, and so that is basically it. I'm saying I solved it. I'm going to stop this stream, and then once it gets done processing, I can rename it, because it still says playing Tuber Simulator, and I don't even have my chat client up, so I don't even know if anyone's in the chat here today. But looks like I've got to renew my mixer again, my mixer client, I'm guessing. So let's see what it is. Actually, I'll take a look in here. I have to move these things off. And what is it that's having? Yeah, mixer always has to be reconnected. It doesn't stay connected. You have to reauthorize it quite a lot. Update your channel settings. View your channel stream key. It's red. Would you like permission? Restream.io would like permission to do these things. Okay. And all right. Alrighty then. Now it's online. Now it's online with Mixer. So Mixer was online and then it went offline. I don't know what. It was online earlier when I looked at this, but okay. What does it think I'm offline? I don't know why. I think it's just having a problem. Yeah, it was just having a problem. It's not really offline. It was just a view thing. Anyway, I can shut that off. That's good. Anyway, I'm on all 5 platforms now. I don't know. Should I add another platform? Should I add Steam or something else? I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm just... So... Yeah. Okay. So, I got my overlays and then my regular stuff, and here's the... This is Piano Tech. It's a really good mathematically modeled piano. It has continued to improve greatly over the years. I've used it for, I don't know, since the probably 2.0 days or you know, I might have even been in the 1.0 days, but now we're at version 6.6. That's how you test it. Oh, that's the panic button. I couldn't figure out where it was. I thought it was a scream, but that was actually the panic button that looks like the scream was the famous painting Cakewalk had the panic button that like that. So there it is now. MIDI mappings unsaved. How do I save them? Oh, this is how I save them. I see. Okay. So where do I save them? Where? Oh, save. As I want to save it as roll in control knobs. Maybe it'll save them now. Okay. That's good. All right. Global MIDI mapping. Because see, I've got these there's two controller knobs on this thing, and you know, they're just like generic volume knobs or whatever. So I have one mapped to volume, which is this slider right here, and then I have another one mapped to dynamics. And so pretty cool. I guess I'm gonna say goodbye then.